You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Living Podcariously. How you doing, Tack?
I am doing fan-freaking-tastic. How are you?
Good. A little upset, a little road rage accident this afternoon, but, you know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute.
Whoa, and you won't believe.
You won't believe what happens next. Fucking hate those things. I'm Adam. I'm one of your hosts, and you heard Tack.
I am also one of your hosts as well.
Andrea is not here this week. She is over in Orlando at the International Hair and Beauty Show. I don't know. It
sounds right.
It's like the biggest, like Paul. What's the guy's name? The hairstylist, the Paul Mitchell. It's like one of these big events, the biggest event in the world, actually. It's like it would normally be in Vegas, but for whatever reason, they chose Orlando Convention Center to do it.
Oh, that works out.
A couple 100,000 people come to this.
I didn't know it was that big.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be the biggest one in the world. Like all these big events. So whatever. She's doing that.
It was like a local thing, but that's pretty badass.
Oh, no. This thing's giant. So she's doing that, and she's over there with all the girls from the salon and Jeremy from the salon, and they're living it up over there. She actually met up with one of her girlfriends from beauty school or cosmetology school.
Yeah.
She lives out of state somewhere. I have no idea where, but she came down to this thing and they've been hanging out. So
that's cool.
It's really cool. So I miss her. She's sending me some pictures and video and stuff like that from the event. But
yeah, I saw some of the stuff she was posting on Facebook. Looked pretty neato.
So anyway, no Andrea this week, and now we just lost like a third of our listeners.
Yeah. They just shut it down.
Oh, fuck this. Andrea's not going to be there. We only listen for her. You know, it's weird. The MP3s that I put out, the podcast that I put out with her picture as our, MP3 cover art on like Facebook and stuff like that, those get downloaded more than any other episode just because it's a girl.
Yeah, because it's, it got eye candy. We tried pictures of us and then people were, what's the opposite of downloading an episode?
They refunded free downloads. They uploaded us in their own podcast. You guys suck. Listen to this. But yeah, all right. So I got to get something off my chest, man. So when I was younger, I was kind of an aggressive driver. All right. I'm not aggressive now at all by any stretch of the imagination. Even when I had a little hot sports car, I had a little 2-seater roadster thing.
Yeah.
I had fun with it. Don't get me wrong. And I did some things that were probably illegal, but I did it in privacy of, either closed roads or closed lots or, no one's on the street or on the interstate at 4 a.m. So that's when I decided to go 120 or what, those kinds of things. I was never aggressive in traffic. Have you ever?
Right.
How about you? How do you drive? I've never actually ridden with you.
Well, I used to live in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville is crazy like traffic, especially during rush hours. So I used to have road rage a lot over there because I used to have to drive in that rush hour traffic every single day, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And it was basically the highways would turn into a parking lot, and it just was so frustrating. And I would just get road rage. Like, once again, I didn't beat anybody up. I didn't, but I would just sit in my car and my blood would boil to where I'd have to turn the AC on and blowing me much stronger. And I would just be revving the engine, oh my, I get so mad. And I had such a lead foot back then too, because I was always in a hurry. I used to get people flick me off all the time because I would ride their ass or whatever. But then I moved here and things are a little slower. So therefore I lost my lead foot completely. I still speed a little bit here and there, a couple miles over. Nothing crazy though. Not like back then. Back then I used to get a lot of speeding tickets. Now I haven't gotten a speeding ticket in years and years. So
did you see
Jacksonville?
Did you see the video? And this isn't what I'm talking about, but it just popped into my head. But did you see the video of the dude in the gray car that ran over the motorcycle couple?
Yeah,
did you see that?
Yeah, I did. That was motivation there.
The guy, so they found the guy and they arrested him, but he apparently had a criminal history of violence. So, it doesn't take much to set somebody like that off. But yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there was a video of a motorist in a vehicle, like a 4-door sedan, gray sedan or silver sedan. Yeah. And the video was being taken by somebody in the lane to the left of them. Yeah. And there was a motorcycle couple. So a dude driving and a girl sitting on the back. Of course, it'd be funny if it was the other way around. But the videographer was taking the video, and you saw an argument going back and forth, a scuffle between the bike driver, the dude, and in the passenger window of the car. Nothing was thrown. Nothing was, whatever that we could see. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the car literally runs over the fucking motorcycle. Just straight up runs over. It goes up on two wheels.
Oh, yeah,
even.
yeah.
And the people both, fell off the bike. They weren't hurt, at least from what it looked like. Not initially hurt.
Probably just a couple scrapes and stuff like that.
Yeah, the bike looked like it was totaled, but they caught that guy.
Literally
he's in
ran
jail.
over the motorcycle.
Yeah, literally over it.
And I don't think he cared whether they were under it or not.
They were stopped initially.
Yeah, they were at a light or
off.
something. Yeah.
So I had an experience. So I don't ever really get aggressive driving ever. I just don't do it.
Right.
It's stupid to get aggressive that way.
I don't either.
So I'm driving back. So I go get my son every once in a while over in Orlando. So I go to pick him up and drop him off. His mom lives in Lakeland, so it's kind of a median place to meet is in Orlando. So I'm on my way back from her house or from that part of the town, and it starts raining and it's really rough outside. And when it gets
today?
Yeah, this is today.
Okay.
When it gets really rough outside, it's really difficult to see, and a lot of idiots turn on their hazards while they're going, which is illegal.
That is okay. I got something to say about it.
It's a pet peeve, isn't it? Yeah.
Because it bothers me. Like, oh, you got your hazard, like as if they're in a different hazard than everyone else. It's like, really, come on. Well, hazards all in the same hazard.
Hazards are supposed to indicate a car stopped on the road. That's how it's supposed to be done. Well, it's illegal to be driving with hazards on.
They're like have a hazard of some kind,
right?
Whatever.
So anyway, we're driving, and there's a car in front of me that has a hazards on. And they're a good ways up, but I'm approaching them. I'm gaining on them. So in this thick rain, thick storm, I turn in the left lane and I don't cut anyone off. There's nobody that's close, but I turn in the left lane to go around this person's, 2-lane highway. So it's technically 2 lanes by 2 lanes separated by a big median. It's I-4.
Right.
No, excuse me, 528. So I go to pass this guy, and I'm moving relatively quick. I'm probably going 5 to 10 miles faster than the guy I'm trying to pass. Mm-hmm. Well, up out of nowhere, no lights on, mind you, this is rain, no lights on, this truck comes out of almost nowhere, hauling ass in the fucking thunderstorm that would blind you. I mean, it was bad. And I'm doing, on the interstate, granted, I'm doing maybe 55. All right, that's slower than the speed limit, but safe enough where I feel okay to drive.
Yeah.
So he comes up behind me and starts flashing his lights because I'm not going fast enough. And fuck him. I'm taking my time as I'm passing this guy. I didn't slow down, but I didn't get over and slow myself down to let this guy go by fast. So he gets pissed. I got it, fine. So I get past the guy. I get over. I don't box him in or anything. I don't do anything that mean. But I get over as I pass him, and this guy comes up and paces me. He gets on my left, right at my driver's window, and paces me. And he's giving me the bird and whatever. And look, I'm not a little guy, and I don't get really intimidated. So I, of course, give him the bird back and, shake my fist in the air and whatever. Well, he does a little move. He does a little move with his car like he's trying to hit me, with his truck like he's trying to hit me.
What?
He swerves at me. And mind you, this is in the rain. So I'm not about to get into an accident in the middle of the interstate in a thunderstorm with some idiot. If he needs to prove his point, fine.
Right.
So I slow down so he can just go on his merry way. Well, I guess that upset him too. A little bit of vindication in this story, Tack. He tries to swerve aggressively to say, haha, fuck you, as he's passing me. Mm-hmm. Well, when he does, he loses complete control of his truck in this thunderstorm. Yes. So he swerves over. He kind of fishtails it. Then he overcompensates, and it throws his truck into a fucking spin.
Whoa.
Now, I slowed down, and I was going to help him if, he got into a wreck or anything. But all he did is he spun probably 10 or 12 times on the wet road. I mean, he was just fucking spinning.
Holy
He spins off the side and spins down into the grass. I guarantee that his truck was stuck, but he never hit a thing. And I'm driving by just laughing my balls off.
Instant justice.
Can you imagine what that did to the beer in his car that he was drinking at the time? That probably spilled everywhere. Yeah, that's insta karma. That's what that insta karma is. But
I mean, that's good that nobody got hurt. I mean, that's cool. But yeah. If that's gonna, I bet you he will absolutely think next time.
Probably not. Somebody who's going to be, aggressive enough to swerve at somebody, in the rain.
That's fucked up. Like I've been upset at other drivers, but never enough to swerve out. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy behavior.
Yeah, it was.
That's not normal.
It was, dude. It was great. I love it.
That is great.
I guarantee his truck was stuck. It was flash flood conditions. I guarantee he was stuck in the mud for a couple hours. I was, I never sped or anything, but I was watching my rear view, seeing if he was going to come up and try to spin me out or something, but no, he didn't.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. All right. So speaking of cars,
Yeah.
we're going to talk Norway for a second.
The country?
Yeah, the country.
Okay.
Norway is going to be, or maybe, the first country in the world to ban something. I want you to think vehicular. All right?
Okay.
They're going to be the first country in the world to ban something to be sold in their country. What do you think it is? Think vehicular.
Okay. I already forgot what country it is.
Norway.
Norway. Okay. Norway is banning the sale of hubcap charms.
Hubcap charms.
No, that's not
No, I
it.
think the Latin incense thing. No, not that either.
Oh,
The crowns.
yeah. I got it. The stick figure family stickers on the back.
Ah, that's not a bad guess. Not a bad guess at all. Oliver just did a flip in studio. No, all right. Here's Norway. Assuming that legislation gets passed, there's a vote on the books right now to pass it. All four major Norwegian political parties, they have four there, not two like us, are in agreements of this. They are going to ban gasoline-powered cars.
What?
Yep. Norway.
So Tesla needs to get they need to get a factory over there quick.
Norway is going to be the first country in the world to ban gasoline-powered cars. Now, this is just the sale of cars. Eventually, it will change into no gasoline-powered cars on the streets either. But no new cars in Norway can be sold with a gasoline or a fuel engine.
That's nuts.
The drive towards electrified vehicles will come faster and easier for some countries and cultures than others. If legislation pending in Norway is enacted, it will be the first country to mandate the shift from cars with gasoline engines. 4 major Norwegian political parties are in favor of laws that ban sales of new gasoline-powered cars starting in 2025. That seems so far away, but it's really not. It's only 9 years away.
That's nuts.
Let's skip right to the irony. Here's the funny part about this story. By the way, this story was from Digital Trends. You can follow them on @DigitalTrends.
Irony is that they have a lot of oil.
Yes. According to the government, a late government report, Norway is a major oil producer and the world's 3rd largest natural gas exporter. In 2015, oil and natural gas represented 39% of the country's total export value. Ironic as hell. So not only do they not want to have gasoline-powered cars in their country, they don't want any gas in their country. They're just getting rid of it all. But
They just start burning it.
yeah. So do you think we should go that route? All electric cars?
Well, I think it will eventually get to that point. Well, it's not going to ever be 100%, but I think it'll be probably within the next 100 years. It'll probably be about 90% electric cars, I bet.
Next 100 years, we'll have fusion cells in our vehicles that are powering us.
What is this? I saw recently, well, it was today, actually. There was a friend of mine posted a video on Facebook. It was, I don't know what year it came out. I'm guessing probably within the past 25 years, 30 years, something like that. It was a video of a man who had built a water-powered car.
Yeah, there's several videos of that. You know, on our other show, on the Twisted 10, one of the Twisted 10s that I was considering doing was the top inventions that have been, what's the word?
Why are you telling me?
Well, because there's not enough. There's not enough to fill a top 10 list.
Gotcha.
But the top 10 inventions that were, what's the word? Conspiracied to be removed off the market by the government or by big companies. So like the guy who invented the carburetor that could take a car to like 75, 80 miles to the gallon, that was a real thing. And it was bought, the patent to that product was bought by one of the big companies. Yeah. And they own this patent that could have a carburetor that could get that much economy out of a standard engine. Yeah. But they'll never release it because the price of oil is, king.
Right. And so they're saying, well, the way this story goes is that the inventor of this water-powered car, just after he made a deal with the government, ended up dead or something.
Yep. So the theory behind that is that the car can take water and through hydrolysis, electrolysis, can separate the hydrogen and the oxygen,
That's right.
burn the hydrogen, and its byproduct is pure oxygen and a little bit of water that it releases. So zero pollutant,
right?
Incredibly efficient design, very low energy draw.
And they also said that the engine, all the parts and everything, used forever.
Yeah.
Nothing would break. Nothing would go wrong. You wouldn't have to replace the thing.
Brakes. I mean, you'd have normal wear and tear.
I'm thinking like it's mechanics. I mean, come on now. But that's just what they said in the video.
Yep.
But I mean, still, even saying that is big. You know, no car company could say that. But still, yeah. I mean, the reason why I knew about our electrolysis is because that's what we did in the Navy. I was in submarines, and we did that. That's how we got like our oxygen and stuff we got. We bring in seawater. Electrolysis, you separate the hydrogen from the oxygen. Hydrogen gets pumped overboard. The oxygen goes through, scrubbers, burners, things like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So same kind of thing, same concept. So, yeah, it's
cool.
neat.
We're going to take a break. When we get back, Tack, I want to do something for Living Podcariously and maybe even for other show for the Twisted 10, but I want your opinion. I kind of need your opinion to partner the show, but I also don't want to come off as cheesy. I don't want to be the podcast douche. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that. So I need your help in making a major decision for us that may be helpful to us in the long run, but I don't want it to send the wrong message.
Gotcha.
So with that little teaser, you won't believe what happens after the break.
As much as you hate that, we say it a lot.
I do it all the damn time. All right. Well, we're going to take a break and we will be right back.
Once again, will the renegade master D4 damager, power to the people. Back once again, will the renegade master D4 damager, power to the people. Back once again, will the renegade master D4.
On behalf of Tack, Adam, and myself, the cast here at Living Podcariously is proud to announce we are partnering with Smoke Rings out of Merritt Square Mall in sunny Merritt Island, Florida.
That's right, Andrea. If you're looking for one of Central Florida's largest selection of oil, cigars, pipes, tobacco, and accessories for smoking and vaping, then Smoke Rings is the place to go.
Smoke Rings offers the latest products from oils to rigs. I bought my Kinger Subox from them, and it rocks.
By mentioning this ad, Smoke Rings is giving Living Podcariously listeners 10% off anything you purchase.
Also, check out smokeringsonline.com and click the e-cig link to learn some great facts about vaping.
At facebook.com/Smoke Rings Merritt Square or give them a call at 321-453-1422.
Welcome back to Living Podcariously. Tack, I kind of seeded it a little bit, so I want your opinion on something.
Okay.
So, we're not the first podcast to talk about this. We're not the first podcast to go down this road, so I wanted to get your thoughts. So, paying for the studio costs of equipment, hosting, website design, which we need desperately. If anyone out there is a listener and you know how to code.
Everybody out there is a listener.
I mean, yes, smartass. If anyone out there that's a listener knows how to code and knows how to work with...
all you need is WordPress, man.
Well, that's what our site has, WordPress.
So
we have a WordPress.
problem?
I'm an idiot when it comes to WordPress. I don't know how to do stuff.
I have two podcasts, two websites that I've done WordPress on, but like there's a lot of maintenance involved.
Yeah.
That right now, if I went on there, the websites are like just overrun and attacked by like viruses.
Oh, really?
I just don't even feel like going on there and like fixing it anymore.
To make a long story short, we need, with we both have full-time jobs that we both work, and that pays for bills. The little bit of extra money that we ever have, we try putting into the show. But it's not, for us, I don't think that it's enough for where we want the show to grow to. If we want to get better mics in studio, dude, I have two daisy chain mixers together to accommodate having guests in here, and it's just not working. So our goals are not very high for monetarily, but I was thinking about maybe crowdsourcing, some funding for the show.
GoFundMe or whatever.
Well, we can't do a GoFundMe. GoFundMe is set up for and I thought originally that it wasn't, but GoFundMe is set up for things like medical assistance and tragedies and things like that.
Right.
There's something specifically that's set up for creative people, for people that are making...
There's a few of them like that.
The one that I'm considering doing for us and launching is Patreon. Have you heard of Patreon before?
Yes.
All right. So I want to not be that, that podcast douche that asks people to give him money for the podcast. I want it to be legitimate, cheap enough to where everyone would be willing to do it, but also monetarily enough for us to be able to afford better equipment. And I would put up pictures of our equipment that we've purchased to show that the money is actually going towards something. It's all tracked online so people can see how much is being given, towards the goals.
Right.
What do you think about that stuff?
Well, I think that, I agree. I don't want to be that douche that says, give us money, but
we're going to have to ask our friends, family, and our listeners. You know what I mean?
Right. That it does cost money to do the show. I mean, it really does. This costs monthly. It has monthly bills attached to it. It's not free, So, I mean, if people do enjoy the show and they would like to see it continue, it would absolutely help us out a lot and benefit the show and us, and it just would help.
All right.
I mean,
are we in agreement that it's a good thing to do?
It's a nice thing to try. Why not? I mean, if people are willing to help, that'd be great. And it's very, very much appreciated. Absolutely.
The only problem with Patreon, and it's not really a problem. Let's say if a person donates $10, well, Patreon takes their little cut of that. So it's like, I don't even know the percentage. There is a percentage of it that goes back to Patreon. So they get a little cut.
I'm not sure about all that, but okay.
We can do a Patreon, which is a larger crowdsourcing fund.
That's like a monthly thing, right?
Well, there's two. That's the next question. Okay. So Patreon has different methods to get to your goals. They have a monthly thing you can do. So $2 a month or whatever your monthly amount that you want your donation. I don't even know what the patrons is what they call them.
Yeah. So you would say, hey, I want to support the show. So you'd sign up to give $2 a month goes towards the show, and it comes straight out of their bank account. Yeah.
I think it's like a credit card charge. I don't really
whatever.
know.
Yeah. So they set up a credit card, and it's $2 a month. It gets taken out of there and goes towards the show. So, I mean, that's one way to do it. The
other way to do it is by project. So let's say if our mixer and our website creation and everything is, let's just say it's, and this is a generic number, $1,500. Well, as people give their donations towards that goal, it'll show the progress bar towards that goal.
Right.
Once you hit that goal, we've got the money. We can then invest it into the equipment and the website creation. So I don't really know. I kind of played around with some stuff and did like a $4 a month program to get to a certain level of equipment for us and put the exact equipment in, put the links to the equipment so people can go see what they legitimately are. I even did one that was like a $20 VIP one. So if somebody wants to give us $20 a month, we'll do special thing. That's something we have to do behind the scenes is discuss what we would reward those, those listeners.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. A lot of people do have incentive goals or incentive donations that they would receive some sort of something for.
All right. Well, I'll continue with it. I just do not want to come off sounding like that radio douche. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want to be that kind of guy.
Well, we just have to say, look, it's not free. It does cost us money per month, but we if you can give, that's great. If not, that's cool too.
The argument on that is you guys knew this was going to cost when you first got into it, and agreed, we did.
Okay.
We did. But anyway, so Tack and I want to take the show, obviously bigger and larger and better and greater. I don't want to make it
the way you say it. Say it again.
Do you?
Slower.
Bigger. I can't do an Andrea sexy voice. I can't.
No, I want to hear your voice say it.
No, it's weird in here now. It's just me and Tack in studios that makes it a little bit weird.
Hey man, let's get weird, man.
Why's your hand in your pants, dude? What's going on over there?
Let's get weird, man. Let's do it. Andrea's not here. She's not here.
All right, so I'll give it a shot. I'll throw some stuff up there. And
damn, I didn't think of that. But also, listeners, if you have ideas or what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it would sound douchey or not? Or what do you think? Thoughts? Hit us up at
livingpodcariously.com. Yeah. The alternative to this. So there's two ways to earn money. One is with advertising, with sponsorships for the show. And the other is with, crowdsourcing.
Right.
We could replace our sponsorships with crowdsourcing ourselves. So instead of listening to a commercial about, whatever happens to be out there, other than like our friends with smoke rings and stuff, not discrediting them at all.
Right.
But other than listening to that, they could listen to us talking about our,
So let's say somebody wants to give $20 a month Patreon, right? So we'd make them a personal commercial that we would run for, say, 5 episodes.
Or we'd endorse their whatever, a charity or, their own business or
their Facebook page or whatever it is that they have, like, hey, go check out Todd Smith, at Facebook.
Check it out. Todd just got a new boat this weekend. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Let's all go like it and look at the pictures of this new boat. Hey, look, did you happen to see what Janice Smith ate for dinner last night? Looks like pork chops to me, or whatever,
Maybe our podcast should just be promoting the crowdsourced donators.
I think I should just make a podcast just about me talking about my Facebook page. I'm just going to go through and, I'm just going to look at it right now. Like, oh, look at this. Our buddy Ron. He ate cookies. He made cookies tonight.
Hey, way to go, Ron.
Good job, Ron, on making cookies.
Good for you, man.
And then
you could have come up to visit us on the podcast, but no, you're doing cookies. I got it. That's all good.
And then our friends Johnny Moses Keg Naylor. Looks like he has curls on his hair.
Yeah, tonight. I saw that picture.
And then we're not done yet. We're going to keep going. Oh, it also looks like Jimmy, our friend Jimmy Klein, attached a GoPro to his kite. Actually looks pretty badass. Did you see that video on there?
I did. Hey, Jimmy. I don't ever do any kind of editing other than audio, but I think I could have edited down some of that myself.
we stared. Like
it looked awesome, but we stared at the sky for 2 minutes at least.
No. It was cool though. It looked pretty badass.
You're defending Jimmy.
My friend.
You're defending Jimmy, by the way.
Well, he's my buddy.
Uh-oh.
My friend Toby Wolf looks like he's got pictures of his motorcycles out there. Pretty interesting. Nobody cares, Toby. Just kidding.
I need to defend Toby. Hey, man, take it easy. I don't know.
You know Toby, right?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, okay.
I've never met him. All right. So
anyway, so that's Tax Facebook page.
Tax Facebook Minute.
Tax Book of Faces.
You know what?
Chapter 1.
We could bit that. Tax Facebook Minute.
So if you guys like Facebook Minute.
Wait a minute. We could do an entire mini segment and have your own little music play in where you do nothing but sarcastically go through your Facebook feed and tear apart the people.
I love it. I hope people don't get mad.
No, I mean, as long as
I was pretty gentle there.
As long as you're smart about the sarcasm, people will understand it. As long as when you're making fun of Ron's cookies, you're smart about how you make fun of it and not just go well, fuck, those cookies look horrible, dude. What are you doing?
No. Yeah, man, let's do a Tax Facebook Minute. Let's fucking do it.
That's a new segment. We're going to have to. All right, we're going to get creative. See, we started talking about Patreon and being inspirational about growing the show, and we just grew it right there.
But that segment is going to cost us $5 a month to do. How will we ever? No, I'm just kidding.
Tack needs to pay for his Facebook feed. All right. So, Tack, it is June, as we're recording this, it's June 4th? 5th? What day is today?
Today's the 5th, I believe.
5th? All right. June the 4th be with you.
Actually, let me back you up there for 2 seconds here, Charlie. I don't know why I called you that, but
I'll take it. I'm okay with Charlie.
There's a date that keeps popping up in my life for years, and that date is yesterday, June 4th.
You mean once every 364 days it comes around again?
Yeah. It's once a year. No, it is June 4th.
Okay.
That day, there's something significant about the day. I haven't figured out what yet, but it pops up a lot in my life. For instance, it's one word, by the way.
I was going to say, you just made 2 words into one word.
For instance, we're going to go into a story here real quickly.
Oh boy, okay.
I'll try to get through it quickly. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so as our listeners may know or may not know, I've been married a few times.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was married to
your wife,
I'm just going to say,
see what I did there?
A wife, one of them. I had married her, and I really shouldn't have, but I felt kind of pressured into the marriage. Okay. I really didn't want to. And I even said to my best man at the time, Jimmy, the day before, I even said, I do not want to get married.
Oh, dear.
And there was a reason why. One, because, I felt kind of pressured already into the relationship or into the marriage. And, anyway. So, but I had also gotten recontacted with an old friend.
Oh, cold feet. That's all that was.
Well, not necessarily cold feet, but I had started talking to an old friend that I had known 10 10, 12 years before, she was a friend that I've always been very interested in. Okay. So as her and I began talking, I know I got married, and then we started talking, and then she was married also. And I was like, well, how long have you been married? Turns out we were married on the same exact day, which was June 4th.
Huh.
The same day, same year, just to two different people. Okay. And we're like, that's so weird, so crazy, right? So, of course, yes, I'm a horrible person. I still have guilt to this day that I did cheat on that particular wife with this girl.
With said girl.
Yes.
Was her name June? Middle initial Q? Middle name was Quattro?
No.
June Quattro Rodriguez?
No.
Be a weird name.
So I eventually had broken things off with the wife, and started to be with her. And, we're not going to go into details about that whole relationship.
Right.
Let's just say that, she cheated on me, and that was it. And I deserved what I got. Because, it's like karma, and God
karma
was
coming back around.
me. Yeah. So, I still have guilt from that cheat. It's the only time I ever cheated on anybody in my entire life. And I still have guilt to this day, and that was years ago, over a decade ago.
I cheat to this day, Tack. I cheat on my diet all the time.
Yeah.
Andrea's ears perked up when she heard this podcast.
So anyway, so that's June 4th. And then, so we still joke about it to this day. We called it our anniversary.
Unofficial anniversary. Anniversary. I like it.
Yeah. When she started at 1 year, and it was like after we had talked about it, like, oh, happy anniversary. Anyway, we actually mentioned it recently. And then I was like,
did you guys break up on June 4th?
No. And then I was like, you know what? That date pops up in my life still all the time. She goes, me too. All the time. Something significant on that date. I don't know what it is.
Why don't you reach out to her?
What are you talking about?
Reach back out to her now.
I do all the freaking time because she's my kid's mother.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Missed that part.
Yeah, well, I didn't mention that part.
I'll cut that out if you want me to.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It's just June 4th just always pops up in my life all the time. So anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
That's fine segue. The story behind it, Tack.
Thank you.
So we're in hurricane season now.
Indeed.
It's not even 5 days into the hurricane season, and we're already into the third named storm. I'm having a bad feeling that this is going to be the 2004 year all over again.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad hurricane season for us here locally.
Yes. I lived in Jacksonville at the time, and it was bad up there.
The story that I started talking about this whole thing with was due to the tropical storm that's out in the Gulf right now from Colin?
Yeah.
Carlton. Hurricane Carlton has a really bad dance.
Sways back and forth. Yep. Where were the first two?
There was one just off of, well, they're all Atlantic storms. The name storms that we go by are all off the Atlantic. So
I didn't know anything about the A and B.
Yep.
Well, these are just tropical storms that aren't hurricanes yet.
Right. None of them have turned into a hurricane yet.
Although Colin might.
So I looked up
as it hits through the Gulf.
I looked up the storms for the next 5 years, all the names of the storms, and none of them are named Tack.
What?
None of them are named Adam. But in 2019, there's going to be a storm named Andrea.
Like there's a whole website.
Yeah, NOAA, National Organization of Alcoholics. I don't know. I don't know what it is, what it stands for exactly.
Huh.
But yeah, they name all the storms. They hold the official register of names.
That's cool. Is there any of them named? Never mind. I don't want to say. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I was going to pull the entire list. Just go over some of the names. Some are funny. If you look at the ones in the Eastern Pacific, is that Eastern Pacific? Wherever Hawaii is, they're all like Ikulaku and Hawaiian names. They're all funny sounding Hawaiian names.
Yeah,
those funny Hawaiians.
Not offensive.
No.
Ikuwaka Mukalaki Hiki. Come on, you want to lay me?
Dude, when I was in the 2004 storms, I lived in Merritt Island. Our house was me and my ex-wife. We were literally patching the roof with the tarp, the big blue tarp that they give you, that FEMA gives you, just to prevent the extra rain from coming in. We had a helicopter filming us. We were on the news for like, look how bad the damage is in this area. We were one of those houses, a third of our house was fucking destroyed. And they filmed us as a look at how bad the damage is. These people are trying to patch up half of their house with this tarp.
Are you the look how bad the damage is?
We're that guy. Yes, I am that guy.
I knew it. I told you.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We didn't get an interview.
That's what you two should just start fucking right there.
with a news
Look
helicopter
how bad
above
the
us.
damage is. Look what they're doing. They're already trying to procreate because they think the end of the world is coming, sweetie. Look at the TV. Come here. Henry, come out of the kitchen. Look at the TV.
The news broadcaster is a Jewish mother.
No, it's somebody watching the news.
Oh, okay.
Henry, come here. Look, it's procreating on the TV. Look at him. Oh, look at it. She's going for his little balls. Look at. Oh, sorry.
I will say one of the fun things about hurricane season, as long as the hurricanes don't hit, is the surf. You're not a surfer, are you?
No.
So I've surfed since I was about 14, and I've gone out in many a hurricane swells and gone out surfing. Cocoa Beach is not, I mean, let's face it, it's not the biggest surf in the world by any stretch of the imagination. However,
during hurricane season, it's halfway decent.
Yeah. Well, no, it's immensely good. It just depends on the location for the break. So certain spots around the entire eastern coast have different types of break. So you want to make sure you pick the one that on a hurricane day, you want to have a large outside sandbar swell. So when you get crushed, because you will, you don't hit rocks. And that's a good thing. There's several places here that are good.
We don't have too many rock. Well, we have reef issues, right?
No, it's not really reefs. You definitely have rocks on this coast. It just depends on the location.
Huh.
Yeah, there's rocks like down at Patrick Air Force Base.
Not like in Hawaii though.
No, those are coral reefs. We have
like
rocks.
The big rocks and
no, we definitely have those here. There's no question. We definitely have them. The water isn't
I thought
very
we
clear.
weren't very good in geology. Now listen to you. We're all like, we got fucking rocks here.
Yeah, those are Tibius femoris rocks. I don't really know. That meant nothing.
Sorry, go ahead.
I've been surfing in many hurricane swells, and me and my buddy Scott, the guy who's writing some stuff for us for the Twisted 10, we were in hurricane swell in, I think early October. I think it was early October of 1995. So still in high school. Yeah. And, he got attacked by a 6-foot black tip shark during that swell.
Why is he gonna be black?
Well, it's just the tip though. Just the tips that's black. But, he got pretty messed up. You know what the fucked up thing about that whole situation was? So he got a cool shark attack.
Yeah.
A cool story. It didn't actually hurt anything bad. It was a few millimeters away from his Achilles tendon. That would have messed him up pretty good, but it didn't get that. Just bit him on the foot twice. He got the most attention in the whole school from all these girls who came over to bring him flowers and candies and all these get well things.
Nice.
And now he's got a really cool scar. He got a tattoo that looks like a black tip shark on his leg.
Nice.
And he got the story. And what did I get?
What?
I got, nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing out of it.
I was like, what about you? I was with him too. Yeah. Well, what happened to you, Adam?
Yeah, nothing.
I saw him go. Ow.
I got the benefit of taking his board home.
I carried his board for him when he was limping.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't even know he got bit, man. The waves are so big and crushing so hard on the shore. I had no idea he was attacked. I was paddling, finally came back in. I was just winded and exhausted. And some dude comes running up to me on the beach. He's like, "Hey, man," stereotypical surfer sound for a reason. "Hey, man, your buddy's up there. He got attacked by a shark." I'm like, "Get the hell out of here. You're crazy." Sure enough, I look and there's a group of people that are surrounding him, and there's my buddy Scott just waving. He's like, "Come over here, look." And they had
I'm gonna get some pussy.
They had his leg wrapped up in a towel, and ambulance came and took him away. And quite interesting. I have a trivia series of questions. Specifically designed for you.
How intriguing.
This is a little plug to Taint Funny, to your other podcast.
Okay.
The boys on that show should appreciate this line of questioning for you that I put together. So, Tack, you claim to know. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break and we'll come back and just do that segment. Since we have no Guyary this week, the Guyary is Andrea's segment.
Yeah.
Since she's not here this week, we'll come back and we'll do that last segment as your trivia question. And it has something to do with popular movies.
Okay.
That date all the way back to the early 80s. All right.
Nice.
That's all I'm going to give you. It's one
Nice.
specific one, but that's all I'll give you for now.
Fucking nice.
All right.
It's my
So
wheelhouse, man.
check out this music from, it's either going to be DJ Constant or DJ Gil Lugo. I might throw one of each in there.
What about DJ Tanner?
That was a stretch, man. I got you on that theme of thinking like 80s and 90s and that.
Yeah.
I see what happened there. Now, we really appreciate DJ Gil Lugo for hooking us up with a lot of his mixes. So a lot of the music that you hear that takes us in and out of breaks and our exiting music for the day, that's put together by DJ Gil Lugo. So his contact information is in our show notes if you're interested in getting a hold of him. But we will be right back.
I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it. Oh, I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it.
Hey, you working with some cash, yeah. Cash, yeah. 100,000 on the dash, yeah. Dash, yeah. All the ladies shake it fast, yeah. Fast, yeah. Now Vogue on it.
And welcome back to Living Podcariously. I don't even know what episode we're on now. Episode number tack.
I don't know.
By the way, last episode, I said we should stop. We could stop numbering our episodes because we're getting so deep into them now. If you guys wanted to stop, and both of you guys said, no, you said start numbering them. And I argued a little, like, no, I said stop. And Andrea said, this is finally somebody to agree with me. I did say start by accident.
Oh, I don't know.
Andrea, you're
Well,
right.
I don't think we need to say what number on the show.
Yeah,
but
well, kind of
as
because
far
I don't
as
ever
on
remember.
On the apps and stuff, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'll see them on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy for me to keep up with. So this is a throwback to, or a toss over to, in honor of the Taint Funny Boys.
Okay.
So this is a 20 questions Q&A, multiple choice, all trivia, and all around one theme, all around Star Wars.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna completely
That's my
nerd out.
wheelhouse.
Yep. All right, so this will tell me how good at Star Wars trivia TAC actually is.
Let's find out.
So players at home, play along too.
All right.
All right, so Star Wars trivia for TAC. This is in lieu of us having a Guyry segment this week.
Okay.
So maybe I'll have some dun 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 dun. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the wrong music. All right.
Imperial March.
Question number 1. Legend has it that the Sith were originally going to share a name with which goth rock band? If you know it ahead of time, you can say it if you do. This is out of 2.
What? Now you're talking about the Sith. Now
Yep.
this isn't like original trilogy stuff.
No. But it started back in the 80s. This is all the movies up to today.
Right.
And
now,
even to do with some lore, not even just movies.
oh boy. We'll see. Original trilogy stuff, I am all over. Now you're talking about Clone Wars and Siths and, not the original trilogy, but like the prequels. No. But I'll try.
All right. So here's your 3 choices. Furio, Furyo, The Damned, or Metallic Eyes.
Okay, I already know this. It's The Damned. I remember reading that.
You got it right. The
Yep.
Damned it is.
Yep.
All right. Very good. All right. Number 2. Who left scripting duties for Star Wars Episode 7 in late 2013? Who left scripting duties?
What do you mean? Who left?
I don't know. Who left scripting duties for Star Wars?
Oh, are you talking about like George Lucas? How he left?
I don't know. I don't know how the question's supposed to be. Who left scripting duties for Star Wars Episode 7 in late 2013? So he left. I'll give you the 3 names.
Was George Lucas one of them?
No.
Oh,
Paul Haggis, Peter Morgan, or Michael Arndt. Arndt. Arndt.
what was the second name?
Peter Morgan.
I actually don't know this one. I'm going to go with Arndt.
Arndt is right. Ding, ding, ding. You got it right.
Just guess.
Oh, very good. All right, this one you'll like. How many cinematic Star Wars films has Warwick Davis starred in? Do you know who this is?
Yes. I
For
know
those listening, think the movie Willow.
Willow,
The little person.
Yes, he also played Wicket, the Ewok in Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
He was in episode 7. So that's 6 and 7. So he's in 2 so far. And I want to say no, he wasn't in Empire.
Your
He was
choices
way
are
too
one, your
young.
choises are 1, 2, or 3.
What do you mean?
How many cinematic
how
stars?
many?
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3.
So 2.
2?
Yeah.
And that is right. Yes, good
Yes.
job.
He was
Left
too
hanging.
young for Empire.
So far, you're 3 for 3, Tack. Number 4. What did George Lucas allow Grand Moff Tarkin actor Peter Cushing to wear when filming his Death Star scenes?
I already know this one.
What?
He wore slippers.
That's right. Yes, carpet slippers it is. The other options were chino trousers or customized clogs.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Carpet slippers. Very good. Which of these names belong to an Ewok in 1983's Return of the Jedi? Snoodles, Woola, or Tebow?
Tebow.
Tebow it is. Very good. Damn, Tack.
Tim Tebow. No.
Yep. All right, next.
Yep.
What is the main trade language of the Wookiees? Bizwookie, Shiriwook, or Kashi speak? Kashyyyk speak. Kashyyyk speak.
I'm going to go with the last one. I think I've heard this before, but I don't remember.
That is wrong. It is actually Shiriwook. That is the trade language of the Wookiees. All right, so one wrong. What was Luke Skywalker's original name?
Star Killer.
Damn, right off the bat. The other choices were Luke the Force, Sky, and Luke Skydiver. That's an awesome name. That sounds like a porn parody's name.
Yeah.
All right. Who all too briefly played Grand Moff Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith? Your choices: Mark Warren, Bryan Cranston, Wayne Pygram. Pygram.
It's not Bryan Cranston. All
right.
So it's one of the other two. I don't know the first one. I have no idea.
So Mark Warren or Wayne Pygram?
Wayne, I guess.
We got it right. Yes,
That's
Wayne
a
Pygram.
guess. I don't know. I had no clue.
Which dog breed inspired Hirsute Smuggler Chewbacca? Hirsute Smuggler? So which dog breed inspired Hirsute Smuggler Chewbacca? Alaskan Malamute, American Eskimo Dog, or Boykin Spaniel?
I think it's a Malamute, wasn't it?
That was a Malamute. Very good.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you're knocking these out. You only got one wrong so far. I got like 4 right, by the way, when I did.
So good.
And which expanded universe novel killed off...
I have no idea.
In which expanded universe novel killed off everybody's favorite Wookiee?
I don't do this canon stuff, so I have no idea.
There's 3. Vector
This
Prime.
would be Jimmy's wife would know the answer to this.
Really?
Yeah.
Vector Prime, Death Troopers, The Wrath of Darth Maul.
I don't know.
You take a
Vector
guess?
Prime. I have no.
Your guesses are nailing it pretty good. That's right.
Yeah, it's just because it sounds cool. So.
All right. So from which planet did Darth Maul originate?
No
I want to
idea.
say this name the way it's spelled. Gorsh. Gorsh. I just had to. Iridonia or Malastare.
I have no.
Gorsh. I love it.
I'm going to go with that one. Gorsh.
No, it's not Gorsh.
Gorsh,
It's
Mickey.
Iridonia.
Okay.
Thanks to Star Wars, Lucasfilms spawned ILM, LucasArts, and which other company? Digital Domain, Oracle, or Pixar?
Pixar.
Pixar is right.
Yeah.
Very good. 2 wrong so far. That's it. How many Star Wars video games did LucasArts develop before closing in 2013? Your choices are 30, 45, or 50.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a
I didn't
lot of
know it was
video
that
games.
Many. I was going to say like 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. 30? I have no idea.
30 is right. Yes. Very good. Damn, dude, you're nailing these. Which of these actors turned down the role of Han Solo? Do you know this before I even ask?
Well, I think a couple people did, but I'll know the name when I hear it.
John Goodman,
No.
which is funny as fuck. Terry O'Quinn, Jeff Goldblum.
Is it Goldblum?
It's Goldblum.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Goldblum turned down the role.
He would be like, the Force. Yeah, the Force. And they would just go on like that forever.
Next, approximately how long was that equatorial trench on the first Death Star? This is in kilometers. 255 kilometers, 503 kilometers, 718 kilometers. This was said during the movie too, so it's relevant to
Was
the
it?
movies. Yep.
Oh God, I'm sure it was during the brief, which We never listened to her in briefs. You know what I mean?
Tell me about
You're
it.
always talking or bullshitting or sleeping.
Playing on your phone or something.
Playing on your phone.
Could you imagine if Star Wars had Angry Birds at the time? They'd been...
There's Angry Birds Star Wars. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go with the 500 and something.
503 kilometers is right.
Damn.
Jeez, dude, you're nailing these guesses. If guesses were women. David Prowse, Prowse, Prowse?
I already know who it is. Yeah, he's the guy that played Darth Vader under the suit.
Right. His West Country accent is part of the Star Wars mythos, but where was he actually born? Your three choices, Bristol, Swindon, or Frome.
John Frum? What? I have no idea. The first one.
Bristol?
Whatever the first one
You
was.
going with Bristol?
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to switch it to Swindon?
Nope.
All right, because Bristol is the right answer.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Motherfucker.
Who's had money on this stuff?
Oh. This is a behind-the-scenes kind of question. How much of Star Wars box office did Sir Alec Guinness legendarily
2%.
negotiate? Yes, right on the money. That choices were 0.5%, 1.25%, and 2%.
Yeah,
2% it is.
Yeah, because he really didn't want to do it at all. Like, his agent was like, don't fucking do Star Wars, dude. You're going to ruin your career. Do not do it. And he was like, no, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? In his Ben Kenobi voice. And so they're like, just give me 2%. He didn't even think it would make money. Like, he was like, maybe the first one would make money and that'd be about it. But he was not thinking what... It blew everybody's mind.
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
All right, next question. This is question number 18.
okay.
Anthony Daniels wanted to sledgehammer his original C-3PO costume.
Yeah.
How much did it weigh? Your choices are 9 pounds, 28 pounds, and 40 pounds.
Holy crap, I have no idea. Well, if you want to get rid of it, I would say 40 pounds, I guess, because that's a lot.
No, it's 28 pounds.
Okay.
28 pounds, Tack.
Okay.
That's your third one wrong, buddy.
Okay.
I'm kind of sad about that.
I'd never even heard that story before, so.
Yep. He was not very happy at that costume. All right, Episode 7 director J.J. Abrams describes Star Wars as the personification of what? Here are your choices. Action and adventure, old values and new dreams, or good and evil.
I'd say the second one. I never heard it.
Old value and new dreams?
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tack. Good versus evil, buddy.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so that's 4 wrong?
4 or 5 wrong. I don't know.
I think that's 4. 4 wrong. You get this next one right, you win, by the way.
Yes.
You win. All right. Order 66 wiped out the Jedi Knights.
Yes.
But what would Order 65 have done? Your choices? This is actually there is a right and wrong. One of them's an obvious wrong. Activate the Death Star. Wipe out the Republic Chancellor. Eradicate the Star Wars prequel trilogy.
Okay, so going through the answers there, obviously, it was not the last one.
Not eradicating the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Right.
And the first one was about the Death Star, but
Correct.
that did not exist yet. So it's the second one, the Chancellor.
Wipe out the Republic Chancellor is right. And Tack, you have won.
Yes, what did I win?
Nothing. I don't really have anything for you to take home.
Sucks.
You want a kiss from Andrea tonight.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
not here.
I'm really good at Star Wars trivia, but did I really win, though?
In the game you won, in life you've lost.
Lost. I'm still single, and...
Well, all you got to do is meet a girl who would have got those questions right. Like you said, Jimmy's wife would have got those questions right.
I used to be with a girl that would have gotten most of
I thought you were going to say you used to be with Jimmy's wife. That would have made the story way better.
But I did used to be in a relationship with a girl who would have gotten most of those right, too.
They are few and far between.
Indeed.
See, I'm with a girl who is completely the opposite end of the spectrum from sci-fi. She likes, the only type of movies that she likes, sci-fi kind of, are apocalyptic. Other than that, she could give two flying shits about Star Wars, Star Trek, anything sci-fi, anything that I like.
She's a lot more like Jimmy.
That's a good point. Maybe I should date Jimmy's wife and Jimmy should date Andrea.
Wait, who am I dating?
Well, you got to hold the camera.
Silly boys.
Hey, You know what? You brought it up, and we have listeners that want to know, that have specifically asked for updates on your dating life. So, you did ask, who are you dating? So I want to know, who are you dating today?
Well, I'm not dating anyone.
How's the love life going? Are you going to come in here one day and I'm going to play you the little soundbite from Cabin Boy? These pipes are clean.
This house is clear.
This house is clear.
Well, okay.
Doesn't she say clean?
I thought it was clear.
This house is clean.
I thought it was clear.
You know, in the new version of Poltergeist, the person that played her role was garbage. I hated it. It was horrible. He played like the character that played him played like what's the dude that says, I have a very special set of skills?
Oh, yeah.
In Taken, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. He reminded me of like a Liam Neeson kind of guy. Whatever. All right, anyway. All right, so tell us.
Well, I'm not
tax love life.
I'm not dating anybody else yet, per se. Well, I mean, I'm talking to a couple girls.
Are they talking back?
So I'm talking to a couple girls. I'm still waiting to receive texts back. It's been 4 days. No. Well, I did start talking to this one girl in particular that I'm very interested in. I've known her for a while.
Cool.
We actually met on a dating site a few years ago, but still haven't even met yet in person. She does live in the area. She lives in the county. But throughout us knowing each other, like I got into a relationship, so I kind of stopped talking to her. Same thing with her, and then we just one day I get out of nowhere just a friend request on Facebook like a year or so ago.
Oh wow!
And then I was just like, this name looks familiar. Pictures look familiar, but I couldn't figure out where I knew her from.
I stalked her at one point. Yeah. I know it.
So I was like, I sent a private message. I'm like, how do we know each other? And she was just like, you don't remember. And I'm like,
that's never the right thing to respond back.
And then it clicked right when I was like, oh, okay, I remember now from the dating site. And it was like, yes. I'm like, all right, cool. Approve. And then we started talking, and then I eventually got in a relationship with somebody else, and then stopped talking to her for a while, and then but still had her friend on Facebook and just kind of like watching her life or whatever, not creepily, just, normal Facebook. Well, check out the new segment on the show, Text Facebook Minute. Something will pop up here. Anyway, so we started talking again, and then I had asked her out to dinner, and she said yes, but no date set yet because there's beginning of the summer, getting ready to start, there's logistics to do with her daughter right now. So she said, let's wait about a week or so, and then she'll be more available. Her time will be. And I said, cool. And so we'll see.
That's sweet. All right, very good.
Yeah.
What about those two girls you showed me pictures of earlier?
No. Those are just friends.
Really? All right. I'm just saying.
No.
No. All right. I don't have anything else for this week. Do you?
I do finally remember a most embarrassing story that we were supposed to do.
Oh, for Andrea. Save that for her.
Okay.
Save that one for her.
I wrote it down so I won't forget.
Okay.
But other than that, if you would like to be a guest on Living Vicariously or would just like to contact us and tell us how much we suck or how awesome we are, or
and how bad we are at Star Wars trivia,
or what your thoughts are on Patreon, let us know.
Yeah, I really do want to hear from the listeners because, again, I don't want to come off as that cheesy guy, but it's very difficult for us to afford to pay for, all the things that we want to do. We've got grandiose ideas and our bank account disagrees. So let's just put it that way. Our sponsors do certainly help us take care of some things. So the advertisements you guys have been listening to aren't for nothing, but let's face it, we're not an Adam Carolla or, any of these big podcasters out there. So we don't have
Wait a minute, you're not Adam Carolla.
No, is that the end of the show now? Tax, I come out. See?
I thought you were a different Adam. My bad.
We don't have their money flowing through. So when we charge our advertisers for sponsorship on the show, it is very, very, very little. There's not very much. So, by the way, if you're interested in being a sponsor of the show, we've got some opportunities and availability. So hit us up at show@livingpodcariously.com. But yeah, we want to hear if you guys really, we're gonna move forward with Patreon, and we want to Give it the option. If you want to help the show, great. We'll come up with some creative idea to say thank you. It won't be just an email that comes back to you that says thank you. I mean, you'll get that too, but we'll have something creative.
Something automated that says, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, insert name here for your support in our show. Yeah, it won't be anything like that. It'll be something legit. Maybe some private downloads that we'll have available for, exclusive for Patreon members. We'll have bonus shows or something like that.
Or maybe we'll just get them on Skype and they can say whatever they want for 3.5 minutes.
It's anything they want. As long as it isn't racist.
Yeah, no, nothing racist or offensive or anything like that.
Yeah, dude, I love that idea.
I don't know, just whatever.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Do a Skype. Anybody who donates to Patreon, you get airtime.
Wait, anybody who donates, so they can donate like $1 and then we give them
we'll set their goal. If they do $1 a month as their donation, we'll give them 20 seconds on the show or something. We'll set an interval. I love that idea, Tack. That's a really good idea.
Okay.
We'll give them that interval that they can have their, they'll have their soapbox to be able to get on and spew whatever they want to spew. They want to say how much they hate our governor. They want to say how much they hate this movement of whatever. Anything they want. They want to promote Trump, whatever. We'll let them get on their soapbox for 20 seconds. Or if they just want to get on there and say, hey guys, how you doing?
I want to do a shout out to Ray and, whatever.
Exactly. Let me holler back at my baby mama.
or whatever.
Dude, Tack, that is a fantastic idea.
Well,
consider that done.
A lot of people get, have you ever had guests lined up on the show and then they don't come through?
Sure.
A lot of people get nervous about being on podcasts.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why, because it's not like this is live. It's not live going out to millions of people.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. These mics are very intimidating for people, especially when they can hear themselves. That fucks with so many people's heads when they hear themselves talking through, headphones. You and I are used to it. We've done it for a long time. Right. But people do get very nervous. When we first interviewed Kim, the very first time we had her on, I don't know if you remember when she came in, she was was very, very nervous on air.
Oh, was
she got used to it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right, man. Let's wrap up and get out of here.
Okay, so how can they hit us up again?
show@livingpodcariously.com or facebook.com/livingpodcariously.
Or Twitter at what is it?
Yeah, at Podcarious.
At Podcarious, yeah. I only run the Twitter, but I don't know the name. Jeez.
Let us know what you guys think. And these shows, again, are going to stay free forever. But we might do something special for you Patreon donators.
Yep.
Well, cool. All right.
I might send a, quote, selfie. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, if you want to send that to tack at No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, my name's Adam. Thanks for listening.
And my name is Tack. Also, thanks for listening.
And we will catch up with you guys next week.
Okay, bye-bye.